Okay, welcome back to part 3 of the Rising of the Moon. I hope you have seen part 1 and part 2 videos so that it's absolutely clear कि अभी तक इस नाटक में, इस वन एक्ट प्ले में क्या हुआ है. ओके, तो आगे का शुरुआत करते हैं लास्ट के 3 पेजों से. सार्जेंट बोलते हैं, पेज नंबर 146 खोल लीजिए अपनी किताब में. आई थॉट इट माइट बी अ boat. I had a notion there might be friends of his coming about the quays with the boat. कि उसके दोस्त यहां पर नाव में सवार होकर आएंगे उसको भगाने की कोशिश में. Sergeant, I'm thinking it was with the people you were and not with the law you were when you were a young man. So जो बंदा है, बैलेड सिंगर है, वे all the time he's trying to remind him of his younger days. Well, if I was foolish then, that time is gone. वो टाइम बीत चुका है. अभी मेरा रुतबा अलग है, मेरा स्टेचर अलग है, मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज अलग है. मे बी सर्जेंट, इट कम्स इनटू योर हेड समटाइम्स इन स्पाइट ऑफ योर बेल्ट एंड योर ट्यूनिक. हालांकि तुमने पुलिस की बेल्ट पहनी है और ट्यूनिक इज ए रेफरेंस टू द पुलिसमैन का जो गारमेंट है, यूनिफॉर्म है, उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. उसके बावजूद तुमको ये ख्याल कभी ना कभी तो दिमाग में आता होगा. तो you see, he's trying to constantly take him back to the old times and to tell him about how he has changed, right? Then it might been as well for you to have followed gradually. कि अगर ऐसा होता तो तुम भी आयरिश इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए लग सकते थे. It is no business of yours what I think. Now the sergeant is a little sharp because उसको भी irritation हो रहा है, उसको भी मालूम है, उसको भी एक तरह से एक इमोशनल कनेक्ट है विद द फाइट फॉर द इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ आयरलैंड, लेकिन ही डजंट वांट दिस अननोन मैन टू बी रिमाइंडिंग हिम ऑफ इट. मे बी सर्जेंट यू विल बी ऑन द साइड ऑफ द कंट्री, येट अगर होता तो तुम देश की साइड में होते. सर्जेंट बैरल से नीचे उतरता है. डोंट टॉक टू मी लाइक दैट, आई हैव माय ड्यूटीज एंड आई नो देम. देयर वाज अ बोट, आई हर्ड द ओ. सो ही इज अगेन चेंजिंग द टॉपिक. आदमी गाना शुरू करता है. स्टॉप दैट आई टेल यू. वो बंदा continues to sing. Pike का मतलब है, it's an infantry weapon with a pointed steel or iron head on a long wooden shaft, a weapon. Okay. At the rising of the moon. If you don't stop that, I will arrest you. Okay. Sergeant says, that's a signal. You must not pass this way. Step further back. तुम बजाओ और उसको पता चलता है तुम बैलेट सिंगर नहीं हो. मुझे लगता है ये तुम बैलेट सिंगर नहीं हो, बिकॉज उस गाने में लास्ट में बोलता है whistle up the marching tune with your pike upon your shoulder. This is like a message he is giving it to somebody who is coming through the seaside. He is giving a message through the lines, and that's immediately when the sergeant realizes you are not a ballad singer. तुम किसी तरह का एक इंडिकेशन दे रहे हो. You need not ask who I am. That placard will tell you. He said, तुमको मुझसे पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है. उस placard पे देखो तो तुम्हें समझ में आ जाएगा कि मैं कौन हूं. He's revealing his identity, that he is the person who has escaped from prison. You are the man I'm looking for. The man takes off his hat, he takes off his wig, and sergeant उसको पकड़ लेता है. I am. There is 100 pounds on my head. मेरे ऊपर 100 pound का इनाम है. There is a friend of mine below in a boat. मेरा एक दोस्त है. तो sergeant का जो शक था सही था. He knows a safe place to bring me to. वो यहां से मुझे एक सुरक्षित जगह पर लेकर चला जाएगा. Sergeant उस टोपी को और उसके विग को देखता है. He said, it's a pity, it's a pity. तुमने मुझे धोखा दिया. Okay. आदमी बोलता है, I'm a friend of Granule. There is 100 pounds on my head. It's a pity, it's a pity. Will you let me pass or must I make you let me? क्या तुम मुझे जाने दोगे या मैं तुम पर फोर्स करूं कि तुम मुझे जाने दो, यानी कि मैं तुम पर हमला करूं. I am in the force, I will not let you pass. मैं पुलिस वाला हूं, मैं तुम्हें जाने नहीं दूंगा. He says, I thought to do it with my tongue. And then he puts his hand in his breast. What's that? And then suddenly he hears the sound of the policeman X outside, who is saying, oh, यहीं पर हम छोड़ के गए थे, ये मेरे साथी आए हैं. आदमी बोलता है, you won't betray me. तुम मुझे, you will not expose me that I am the man who you are looking for, because I am the friend of Granule. So Granule, along with the moon, is the other character who is there in the play. She's not there in the play, but she's a very strong presence because, you know, एक तरह से उसको Granule का वास्ता दे रहा है और वो छुप जाता है. He says, that's the last of the placards. Policeman X says, if he makes his escape, it won't be unknown, he will make it. Okay. Sergeant puts his hat and the wig behind his back. तो उसको छुपा लेता है. The sergeant also does not want to expose that man to the other two policemen. Did anyone come this way? No one. No one at all? No one at all. We had no orders to go back to the station. We can stop along with you. हम यहाँ तुम्हारे साथ रुक सकते हैं. No, I don't want you. There is nothing for you to do here. You bade us to come back here and keep watch with you. तुमने कहा था कि हम भी आकर तुम्हारे साथ यहाँ पर रखवाली करें. No, मैं अकेला रह लूंगा. I would sooner be alone. Would any man come this way and you making all that talk? It's better the place to be quiet. We will leave you with a lantern anyhow. तो हम तुम्हारे साथ ये lantern छोड़ देते हैं. I don't want it. Bring it with you. तुम ले जाओ. Take it with you बोलने का मतलब है. Bring it with you नहीं, take it with you. या bring बाद में police station को अपने साथ लेके आ जाना. You might want it. There are clouds coming up here. You might have the darkness of the night. Okay. वो छोड़ के चला जाता है. Policeman बोलता है, well, I thought it might be a comfort to you. I often think when I have it in my hand, I can be flashing it about into every dark corner. Lantern हो तो हर अंधेरे जगह पर एक तरह से it can become lighted. Okay. Sergeant बोलता है तुम दोनों निकल जाओ. Okay. Sergeant says, what are you waiting for? And the man comes out. He says, for my hat and my wig. You wouldn't wish me to get my death of cold. हैट होने से एक तरह से गर्मी रहेगी. सर्जेंट अब उसका विग और हैट उसको दे देता है ताकि वे अपने आप को एक तरह से he can disguise himself. Going towards the steps. Well, good night, comrade, and thank you. You did me a good turn tonight, and I'm obliged to you. I'm grateful to you. I'm thankful to you. Maybe I will be able to do as much for you when the small rise up and the big fall down, right? Because then I can make my country independent, and that will be, I'll be doing something for you. When we all change places at the rising, right? जब हम सभी एक तरह से rising, and I'll tell you about the rising part. And Sergeant वो निकलने के बाद सोचता है 100 pounds award. Reward 100 pounds. I wonder now, am I as great a fool as I think I am? क्या मैं बेवकूफ हूं कि मैंने 100 pound नहीं जीते? It's almost like a question that he's asking to the audience. Rising of the moon. Okay, एक तो मैंने बताया कि it's from the same ballad. It is symbolic. Please write it down. It is symbolic of the rise of political awakening. And the awakening of political independence. एक तरह से लोगों के अंदर कि हमको आजाद होना है, उसकी जो भावना प्रकट होती है, उसका एक तरह से सिंबल है द राइजिंग ऑफ द मून, और इसीलिए उसको टाइटल में रखा गया है. एंड इट वाज टू हैव एन एंड टू ब्रिटिश एट्रोसिटीज. जिस तरह से अंग्रेज लोग यहाँ पर भारत में करते थे, उसी तरह से आयरलैंड में भी करते थे, राइट? इंग्लैंड वाज द बिगेस्ट कॉलोनाइजर इन दैट एरा, राइट? सो उसके ब्रिटिशर्स का जो भी अत्याचार था उसको रोकने के लिए एंड टू ब्रिटिश परसिक्यूशन, PERSECUTION, यानी कि उसके जो अत्याचार थे उसको रोक लगाने के लिए, राइट? सो द राइजिंग ऑफ द मून इन दैट सेंस इज अ सिंबल of all that. It is a symbol for कि लोगों में एक तरह से जागृत हो, that we have to be politically awakened and we need to fight for the independence of our country, right? So with this I come to the end of this chapter. You will get questions, generally brief questions आएंगे, questions about the interaction between the sergeant and the man, the prisoner who has escaped from jail. Why did the sergeant do that? So, that he believed that, this is also important in his discussions, and with all the references to the songs that the man made, जो पुरानी बातें हैं उसकी याद आई, and he felt that, this is also important, that while I'm in my force, I can still contribute to the independence movement of Ireland by making this fellow escape, because the man who escapes will be able to do something very significant for the independence of his country. So that's a very calculated decision that the sergeant takes, even though you may argue that he has been disloyal to his police force, but he believes that loyalty to the Irish cause of independence at that stage was much more important than what he did or what he lost. What did he lose? The possibility of a promotion, the possibility of earning 100 pounds. Okay, so please write down whatever I have said at the end. It will help you in your questions and answers. Thank you very much for watching. जितने भी वो references to granulae etc. हैं, उस सबको आप note कर लीजिए, because you can use that all in your answers. Thank you very much. Tata, bye bye. Share and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.